All right. So Khan, this is jump down. We can go back into Corinthians chapter 15 verse 10. It says, but by grace of by the grace of Yahawah, okay, right, aka verbatim, God, I am what I am, and His grace which is bestowed upon me is not in vain. Okay. So the grace is not in vain, man. Okay, grace is here for a purpose. All right. It says, but I labored more abundantly than they all. Okay, which is what we're doing right now. Okay, and in the midst of grace, okay, what are we doing? We're laboring, guys. This is why grace is here. Okay, so we'd get that second chance. We have to labor. Okay, all right, coming back into the fold. This is what it's all about, man. Okay. All right. So this is what it's all about, man. So this is what it's all about, man. All right. Okay. What the hell happened? It's weird. I don't know what the hell just had Slovakia, man. I just got super sidetracked. This place is weird, man. This place is freaking weird. I think bro's dealing with a prostitute or something, man. Fucking weird, man. Hey, it's Babylon, though. All right. But I labored more abundantly than they all. Yet, not I, but by the great Sakya, but the grace of Yahawah which is with me. Okay. All right. So the grace is with us, man. Okay. Again, the second chance. Okay. That's how you gotta view this truth, man. Is a second chance, man. Okay. Because they ain't mean all their chances, man. Once we're in the kingdom, it's either you're the elect or the 2/3, man. All right. And the 2/3 will come back in the kingdom, but they're gonna have to come back through the elect's loins, man. They're gonna have to come back through those righteous loins. All right, that's how it's gonna have to work, man. Okay, you ain't coming as ye are, man. Ain't none of that come as ye are shit, man. Okay, you gotta be renewed. Okay, even with the Lord, you get renewed. Okay, so you thinking that, you know, even like with the man, like you woman, you think you're gonna just come to the man, come as you? No, none of that shit, man. Okay, everybody gets renewed. You gotta change. You gotta adapt. You gotta evolve. You're not gonna stay the same. Okay. That's how everyone thinks, man. They're just gonna stay the same. You gotta evolve. Even in the truth, you evolve, man. Okay, you learn all the time. Okay, you get better, you get wiser, you get more knowledgeable, you become stronger in the faith, man. You don't stay the same. The fuck? Okay, that's how the Lord represented it. Represented it as the grain of a mustard seed, man. The seed is always growing, man. The seed never dies. The seed's still in the ground, even when the tree's cut off, man. It's still in the ground. Okay, how do you think it grows, man? It hasn't maybe cut off, but it's still there. Okay, that's how it works, man. That seed is everlasting, man. It just grows. Okay. All right, let's get Habakkuk. Because we live by faith, man. All right, and this is why it's important, man. Okay, because works is gonna go far. Okay, but you know, like in those times, man, we're not gonna be able to teach, man. Okay, we're not gonna be able to teach. We're not gonna be able to do videos. You know. Okay, and those times are coming to an end, man. That's why the famine of the word's coming. Okay, whoever is gonna receive the word is gonna receive the word. And that's it. Okay. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is upright, or which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Okay, so the just live by faith. Who's the just? The just is the righteous, guys. Okay, the humble. Okay, that's who the elect are, man. Okay, and this is why it's important, because I remember watching the brothers' videos. They used to say the elect carry themselves a certain way. That's why it's important to carry yourself a certain way in this truth, man. Okay, you can't carry yourself how you used to carry yourself, man. This is why we said, that's why I said through the Spirit, okay, you got to evolve. You got to consistently adapt. Okay, you don't stay the same, man. Okay, you got to carry yourself a certain way, man. All right, and that's why these people look at you a different way, because you're different, man. What does the world call it? They call it aura. Your aura, which is really just your energy, man. Okay, let's keep it simple. It's just your energy. Okay, your energy is different when you walk into the room. Okay, the way you move, you maneuver, you think, you talk. Okay, it's all different, man. All right. All right. So our soul, which is in us, man, is of the Lord, man. Okay. The just shall live by faith. This is why the Lord said we're prisoners of hope. Okay, which is not even a bad thing. Okay, because these people live in hope too. They live in hope they're gonna be alive in 5 years, don't they? They live in hope they're not gonna get fired from their job. Okay, I hate when they try to see that, like, oh, you live in what do they say? They say you live by hope. You're living for a magical God. Y'all live by hope too. You literally hope you get a paycheck next week. You hope you don't get fired. You hope your wife doesn't leave you. You hope you're gonna be alive in the next 10 years. Don't you hope all the time? Everyone hopes. The fuck? All right, ain't nothing wrong with hope, man. All right. All right. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. All right. It says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy. Boom. Okay, so just like we were saying earlier, mercy and grace, hand in hand, guys. The Lord gave us mercy by giving us that grace. Okay? All right? That grace period is closing, man. The doors of grace is closing, guys. This is why I had to come with this lesson, because I've been meditating on this. Okay? We're not going to have grace for much longer. We're not going to have mercy for much longer. Soon enough, it ain't going to be none of that, man. Okay? And that's how you're going to see a lot of people catching hell, man. Okay? When the deadline's here, the deadline's here. It's like at work. Okay? You have a deadline, or at school, you have a deadline. All right? The teacher may give you a grace period another week. It doesn't mean nothing, man. It's just the inevitability. You're delaying the inevitable. The Lord's been delaying the inevitable. You don't think the Lord's been wanting to destroy this place for the longest time? Okay? The Lord's been delaying the inevitable for a very long time now. Okay? His people been in captivity. The world's out of course. The animals are sick. Okay, look at the world. The world's being destroyed. Okay, because the wicked ruleth, man. All right, that we may obtain mercy. Slakia. That we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. Okay, so just so you guys understand, man, grace is all about mercy, guys. Yahawashi was the sacrificial lamb. Okay, just like how when we first got the law, what were we doing? We were making that sacrifice every time we broke those laws. Yahawashi is the ultimate lamb. This is why it's called the ultimate lamb, the sacrificial lamb, man. Okay, he gave us a fighting chance. All right. All right. Okay, we got to read this one for sure. All right. Romans chapter 3 and verse 24. Being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. Okay, and that's verbatim. But we obviously know Mashiach Yahawashi. Okay, let me read that one more time for you guys. Romans chapter 3 verse 24. Being justified freely by his grace. Okay, we are justified through grace. Meaning we're justified through Yahawashi, guys. Okay? Not the law. We still have to keep the law, but we're not justified by the law. Okay? And again, if it was just the law, we would be dead. Okay? We would be dead. The Lord would have written us off a long time ago, man. Okay? And you guys gotta see it as, again, the Lord gave us mercy because he sent Yahawashi. He sent Yahawashi for a reason, man. Okay? Why do you think Yahawashi is here? Or came? And he's gonna come back again. Okay? You're justified, man. Okay, they say we're justified by the law, we're justified by grace, man, meaning mercy. Okay? We still have to keep the laws. Just like Yahweh said. He said, Yahawah forbid. Okay, we keep not the laws. We have to keep the laws, man. Alright? Through redemption. Redemption is what? Second chance. You know? When they said, I don't know if you guys played the book. No, I'm not gonna use that. Redemption is a second chance. All right. Let's get that the definition. All right. Etymology. Dictionary. All right. Gotta get the definitions, man. All right. Redemption, guys. Okay. Redemption. Get this. It says, actually, and it's talking about the Bible too. So this is an etymology dictionary, which you can get on Google. That's one of the most accurate dictionaries out there. All right. It says, redemption. Okay, it means deliverance from sin, and we already know the word sin is just transgression. So if you have any type of transgression and you get redemption, aka grace, okay, it's a second chance. All right.